The Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Durham, North Carolina. Insomniac Games is looking for a designer who is well-versed and passionate about today's game design. We are looking for a designer who has the ability to filter, digest, and parse feedback from a variety of sources and glean the best ideas from this info. Someone who has a general veracity for collecting design knowledge and using their skills to create the best player experience. Our designers develop designs for layout, content, and systems for an assigned project, and implement these designs in-game. This includes taking designs through pitches, concept, implementation, bug fixing, balance, and polish phases. Essential duties and responsibilities include the following: education and experience. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job Board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. The Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Redwood City, California. The gameplay camera designer, working under the lead cinematic designer and on the game director, will be responsible for designing, implementing, and fine-tune the game design cameras and related game-playing levels and cinematics to ensure a smooth and seamless player experience. Through a rich and epic narrative experience, the successful camera designer will be able to collaborate with artists and designers to create tools and camera solutions to create a dynamic and living world. Essential duties, competencies, skills, knowledge, essential requirements. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job Board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Bethesda has confirmed that it is issuing temporary bans to players who have access to secret developer room full of unreleased items for Fallout 76. This seems to be the first time Bethesda has publicly addressed the issue of players hacking into the developer room, as the studio provided an official statement first posted to the publisher's Facebook account. Eurogamer was able to obtain an official English translation of the post, which encourages players who have accessed these areas who have had their accounts banned to contact their support team. We are looking into accounts where players have obtained items by accessing areas of the game that are not intended for the public. The post reads: these areas are only accessible to PC players that are using third-party applications to get into these areas. In an effort to ensure the integrity of these characters and accounts, these accounts are being temporarily disabled pending further investigation. The discovery of the developer room led to unreleased items being shared among players, including cosmetic items and weapons not yet available to the public. developer rooms are not uncommon, and they are usually used by developers as a space to test out new items. For single-player Bethesda games, developer rooms were typically accessed using console commands. Bethesda has reportedly moved the location of the developer room, but some parts of it are apparently still able to be accessed by players. Although players can still enter, they said they were no longer able to interact with the items inside some of the rooms. Telling a good story is never easy, especially when you have to work within the limits of commercial game development. But it's possible to construct compelling, affecting narratives in even the most bite-sized of games. At 2019 Game Developers Conference next month, you will enjoy an earnest look at the little tricks and narrative nuances that make stories sing even if players only engage with your game for a few minutes at a time. So if crafting compelling narratives is important to you and your work, make sure to check out Ryan Kaufman's GD 2019 and DesignCheck.com, Narrative Nuances on Free-to-Play Mobile Games. A Telltale Games veteran, who now works as VP of Narrative Design at Gamasutra. Kaufman is an experienced storyteller, who will demonstrate how considering things like screenshot sharing, frequent narrative payoffs for shorter session times, and cliffhangers can help a story come to life and in turn drive engagement, retention, and virality. You also need great writers and narrative leads, of course. And Kaufman will give you some insight into how to apply such talent to the task of creating compelling tales that fit well within a mobile F2P game environment. Expect to walk away with a better understanding of characterization, virality, overarching mysteries, and other considerations drive retention, engagement, and monetization, and discover the means it takes to create a compelling narrative experience cater to the mobile audience and platform. If this is a talk you want to see, make sure to bookmark it on THGDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GD 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22nd at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Some news out of Sony today. Sony Interactive Entertainment Deputy President is to drop the deputy and become President and CEO of C as of April 1st, effectively swapping roles with the current President and CEO Van Cadera. It's a significant shift, since Kodaronly replaced ex-Sony frontman Kazuo Koz. He released April, shortly after he stepped down. Following a 6-year run, the company took the opportunity to reorganize its global operations last April, establishing a new structure which, reportedly set upon sales and marketing divisions within Sony Interactive Entertainment America, CE, Europe, C, and Japan Asia, CE, to report Ryan. In his new role, Ryan will report to Sony Corp. Chief Genichiro Yoshida. Cadera will step down into the C Deputy President role, and the company makes a specific point of saying he will be focusing on enhancing the network. Jim will manage C's overall organization and operations, reads an excerpt of a statement attributed to Sony Chief Yoshida, which will allow John to focus on the key mission to further develop PlayStation Network, that has now grown into an immensely large platform with over 90 million monthly active users worldwide. See Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden reflects on E3's place in a changing industry. 2019 marks the first year Sony has opted to skip E3, a move that, when announced late last year, prompted questions about the long-running trade show's role in an industry that has changed quite a bit in the event's 23-year run. Sean Layden, C Worldwide Studios chairman, and former C president and CEO, touched on Sony's decision to skip the show in a recent interview with Net, essentially boiling the decision down to shifts in the game industry and world that have not necessarily been reflected in E3's structure just quite yet. When we decided to talk video games on offices back in 1995 during the PlayStation 1 era, E3 served two constituencies: retailers and journalists. Retailers would come in new, deals would like come in, and he had to say,